frugal tip of the day, laundry. First off, make sure you're doing your wash on cold. I've been washing my clothes on cold for about, 15 years now, and they seem to come out just fine. Also, you don't need your pre-wash, you're heavy. You go right to the light wash. You're going to do your quicker cycle of laundry and your clothes will come out just fine. See up there your dryer? Well, you're not using that except in extreme, crazy emergencies. Now, of course, your most frugal laundry detergent will be that which you are getting for free because you're combining coupons with sales. Even if not all the way free, use your coupons. Do not be brand loyal. You can get your clothes just dandy clean without having to rely on something expensive like Tide. And when you are using a coupon, remember you want to go for the smaller container, not the larger container, because the coupon will be a larger percentage of the cost off of the smaller container. If you want me to explain that math further, do let me know. Here is some of my free laundry detergent. Here's some more of my free laundry detergent stored on the floor, over by the wall. There's some plant hanging there, back behind the bathtub where you can't really see it. Of course, in good weather, you're going to want to hang your clothes outside on the line to dry. But when it's cold and rainy, you're going to get yourself some drying racks for inside. I have 3 of these drying racks. I live in a very old house with radiators, so I also dry things on the radiators. Right now I have 2 bath mats drying on the radiators. The radiators are not on yet because it hasn't gotten that cold yet. When the radiators are on, of course things will dry faster with that extra heat, but you don't want to drape things like your bath mats over the radiators when they're on because it's going to block your heat coming out and make heating your home less efficient. But when they're on, you can always put things up there that aren't going to really block the heat, like maybe sneakers that you've washed or something small, mittens, hats, things like that. Don't forget that you can use your shower curtain rod as a place to dry things. I am hanging my 30-year-old patched comforter up there to dry now because it really is too big for the drying rack and it just takes up too much space. Now let's say you're in a situation where you're washing your bedding and you need to put it right back on that same day. Well, I wash this comforter in the morning. I can hang it to dry throughout the day, and then if it's not completely dry yet, by let's say supper time, I can throw it in the dryer then and dry it so that it's ready to go back on the bed for sleeping time. But I've allowed it to dry throughout the day to get some of the moisture out of the comforter. Alright, how I like to arrange things on the drying rack. It's not super full right now because the load of laundry I just did had the big comforter in it, so there wasn't that much room for other things. This drying rack can really hold quite a bit. But down on the lower levels, we put smaller things like dish towels. I always put underwear draped kind of on the corners. I put socks on the side. Just hang everything up and let it dry. Now, of course, the less laundry you do, the more money you're going to save, right? So you might want to see if you can get a little bit of extra wear out of your clothing before you wash it. So if you're in the habit of, let's say, wearing a pair of jeans and washing them after one wearing, you might want to see, are they really that dirty? Can you wear them another day? Can you wear them 3 days? Unless your clothes are just stinking, gross, filthy, covered in yuck, get a few extra days wear out of them before you wash them, and you will save money that way. Also, if you wash your clothes a little less, you're going to get longer life out of the clothing because washing the clothing does wear it away bit by bit. Hanging your clothes to dry will also extend the life of that clothing item. Washing certain things by hand is also preferable. For example, your unmentionables. Like bras get really messed up in the wash, particularly in the dryer. Your delicate undies you want to wash by hand perhaps. You can save a lot of money on dry cleaning by washing wool sweaters at home and then you lay them out flat on a towel to dry. You do not ever want to put a wool sweater in the dryer. No, 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 no. You can wash things by hand in the shower. When you're showering, you can, give things a little bit of a scrub. I'm not saying you have to do your whole load of laundry in the shower or the bathtub with you, though I have tried to do that. I use the leftover tub water and put laundry in it, and then I stomp on it. Like on I Love Lucy when she was stomping the grapes when she went to Italy to make wine. Remember that? Yeah, well, I do that with my clothes in the bathtub sometimes. Now, if you're not couponing for laundry detergent and you want to make your own laundry detergent, well, there are lots of recipes online for how to do that. I used to do that, but then I started getting my detergent free, so just, free's better. But basically what you're doing is buying borax, Arm & Hammer washing soda, and you're mixing it, and you're taking bar soap, and you kind of shave it or grate it to make it, like a fine powder or shavings, and you mix that together, and you can make yourself a dry, powder detergent, or you can mix it up in a big bucket with water, and you kind of make this slimy goop detergent, but I preferred doing it as a powder. If you are one to use your dryer and you like to use dryer sheets, you can use those more than once. You cannot buy those at all and just ball up a piece of aluminum foil and put it in the dryer. That will soften your clothing. I don't really worry a whole lot about that when I do use the dryer on occasion. When you hang your clothes to dry, they do tend to get a bit stiff, particularly your towels and your jeans. So you might want to pop them in the dryer for just a minute or two, basically when they're already dry, just to soften them up a bit and take the crunch out of them. You also want to make sure your washing machine is not overly full because things won't get as clean, and you really don't want to run it if it isn't full enough because you're just wasting the water and the electricity to go through the cycle when you really don't have that much clothing. So you want it full, but not overly full. Because you want room in there for the water and the soap to and don't use too much soap in there. People typically put too much detergent in there. At least I think I used to, because you're thinking, oh, my clothes are really dirty. Oop, a little bit more, a little bit more. But really your clothes do not get as clean. If you put too much detergent in them, you can actually impede the cleaning ability of the machine. You're wasting your detergent and it won't be able to rinse the soap out of your clothes. So do not put more detergent in thinking it will make your clothes cleaner. No, 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 no. No. I've also found it's a really good idea to encourage one's children not to dump their clothes all over the floor. When I see clothes on the floor, I assume that's dirty clothing that needs to be washed. But that's not always the case. Same with bath towels. I think there are people in this world who wash their bath towels after every use. To me, that is like a crazy luxury. Like, what are you, the Sultan of Brunei? I don't think so. You're drying off your clean body. You're hanging the towel up to dry. You don't have to wash it every day. Now again, my kids tend to dry themselves off and drop the towel on the floor. To me, that's not too hygienic. Now I feel like you're wiping up my dirty floor with your moist towel. So I'm always telling them, give me your towel to hang up. Hang your towel up. Don't drop your towel on the floor. So I don't have to wash the towels as often. Alright, I think that's it for my laundry tips. If you have other ideas, please leave them in the comments below because we all want to learn and do better and save money on our laundry!